Hello, artists. Today you're going to be starting your toonme project. So this is for those of you guys who selected the second, little bit more advanced option in the drawing and painting unit. So the idea here is that you are going to be taking an image of yourself, and it should be yourself, and you're going to cartoonize yourself. So in other words, you're drawing and painting on a portion. Now you can do just a small portion, or you can do a big portion. So the first thing you need to do, if you haven't already looked at these examples, is to go through and look at the examples from some of these artists. Okay, then when you're ready to start the project, the first thing you obviously need a photo of yourself, and then from there, there's not a lot of technical setup that I've got to teach you here. It's just some things that I want to give you some advice on before you get started, because the difficulty level of this is not so much Photoshop, it's more hand-eye coordination kind of things here. So once you have your image and it's saved in your projects folder, I would then start creating blank layers for the different parts of things that you are going to illustrate. So let's say I'm going to illustrate like a thought bubble and some other things. I'm going to create my new layer, and I'm going to label these things. So I might say main thought bubble. And then I'll be another one that maybe I'm going to put flowers in my hair. So I'm literally doing layers for all the pieces, or maybe I am going to cartoonize my smile. So notice I'm putting these things so that they're on their individual layers. So that way when I go through and I start actually painting and drawing, because you're not making selections, you're doing the majority of this freehand. You can make selections if you want, but that's not the point here. You can do them freehand. I could take my transparency out. Because you're doing everything kind of on its own layer, you do have some options of like applying filters and such. So then if I wanted to do a different color, and now because it's on its own layer, I could go up to filter, and to quickly apply a filter to these things. I'm doing it really quickly. The other options you have is you can subtract the background space and put in a different space. So if I wanted to erase all of that background area, remember, you should probably rename your background layer. I'm just going to put this in my face. And my computer's kind of going slow, but you can erase all of that background area and then put in a different, oh, whoa. I've got major lag on my computer here, guys. Let's try that again. Okay, you get the general idea. My computer's just being really funky right now. I can put in a different layer if I wanted to. So you've got the different background image from the digital image archive. You can put a different texture, or well, maybe it makes sense for me to have a piece of paper behind me. Just remember that you'll want that to be underneath your background layer. So you got the general idea here. And take your time. You can monkey with the opacity. You can make selections first. So let's say I didn't like that main thought bubble. I thought that was kind of weird. I can take my lasso tool, and if I know I want it to be like this kind of basic shape, maybe I want to do a gradient. You just want to make sure you're on the right layer that you're on. So again, you can make selection borders if you want to. Clouds. What is clouds? Seriously? Clouds. And then you can add all of your different effects. I'm really looking for your ability to show me that you understand those painting and editing options. So because you're not doing the coloring book version, you're not turning it into the coloring book, I'm going to look at your drawing and painting skills. I'm going to look at your ability to use maybe the smudge tool and the blur tool and the gradient tool, some of those more advanced features there to really add some personality and character to your toonme project. All right. Have some fun with this. If we are in a normal school year and you have access to the drawing tablets, I highly recommend those. If you're working on a laptop, definitely get off of that finger pad. You will definitely, at bare minimum, need a mouse. If you can use a drawing tablet with a stylus, that is best for this.